Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Cora and today we'll be reviewing Victoria by Lattafa. They just crank out so many fragrances, I can barely keep up. This one is from 2025, so I'm doing a little better. On my channel, I tend to spend a lot of time on my experience with the fragrance before telling you what the manufacturer says you should smell. So if you want a tatted up fragrance enthusiast telling you what to get your nose on, keep watching. I feel like my accent came out a little bit there. I have my little decant here. I always get a decant to test things out on skin. I rarely do blind buys. It's just too stressful. So with Victoria, I was so excited to smell it. I skipped the paper test. I just went straight to skin. And on my skin, at the beginning, it smelled like granulated sugar and lemon. Not just any lemon though, not a synthetic lemon. This was fresh lemon, fresh squeezed lemon. It had a sparkling quality to it at the opening. Once it started to dry down though, the scent started to lean a little bit towards cleaning supplies for me. Not a lot, not like liquid burn. Oh my God, I didn't know what to do with my review of that fragrance. I was really surprised personally when liquid burn started to smell like that, but I gotta tell the people, gotta tell you, my experience with something, can't lie about it. So with this one, as it dried down, it did start to lean a little bit towards a cleaning supply smell. It went away quickly, but I still noticed it. I'm assuming it was just a stage of the dry down as the fragrance was moving towards the base notes. At the full dry down, what I got was a lightly sweet, lightly powdery, lightly musky fragrance. This scent is wonderfully done. For me, that middle stage where it leaned a little towards cleaning supplies was a deal breaker for me. Not going to be getting a full bottle, but if that were absent, I would feel differently about this. Also, the opening sparkle bothered my nose. It made it kind of tingly. So for those two reasons, I won't be purchasing a full bottle. But if those things are absent for you, it's definitely worth considering a full bottle, you know? For me, I think my skin just amplifies certain accords, musk being one of them, probably powdery accords being another one. So when it got to that dry down stage with the powdery accord being amplified a little bit, I'm afraid the scents smell kind of nostalgic. And I already have a couple of perfumes for that reason, right? That I have that nostalgia, that pull towards, or that powdery note. Exactly. So I don't want to duplicate in my collection. When I went to do an all-day wear test, this fragrance lasted over 10 hours. Super impressive. After I did the skin test, I will wash off my arm and then I'll pick another day to do like a full day wear test. But I say that because when I went to wash off my skin after that first skin test, it was really hard to wash off, which can be really good, you know? You're sweating, maybe gonna get wet at a water park, I don't know. I'm mainly thinking of sweat, okay? On my skin, I'm not kidding you, 12 hours later, if I held my arm up like this, I could still smell it. Super impressive. Not gonna lie, even the next morning when I did this, I'm trying to see, hey, how long is this thing lasting? I could still get a whiff of it. Very impressive. Something I really love about this fragrance, even though it's not full bottle worthy for me, is that 3 of the accords are really well balanced. The granulated sugar, and I say granulated because it has that raw sugar kind of smell, not like a syrupy sugar smell. And then the lemon, the real fresh lemon, and a powdery accord, all of those 3 things I feel like are really well balanced. On the Lattafa website, there's only one top note listed. It's lemon meringue pie with a middle note of neroli and a base note of vanilla. You know what? The lemon is coming across. I'm afraid for me, it didn't smell like a lemon pie. It was more fresh. I wasn't getting the meringue. So to me, it didn't smell like a pie, but you could still smell the sugar and the fresh lemon. To me, it's just not gourmand enough for me to say like, oh yeah, it was smelling like a pie. I don't know if I was getting the neroli. I was getting a little bit of musk in there, but very well balanced. Just gives like a touch of weight to the scent, just a touch. I don't know if I was getting the vanilla in the base, if I'm being honest. For me, I did not get the vanilla. For me, this fragrance ultimately got to a dry down that was slightly sweet, kind of powdery, and had some musk in it. I was not getting vanilla. I was not getting the meringue, kind of whipped cream light kind of vibe that I would expect from like a pie gourmand scent. For me, this was very fresh, had some powdery accord to it. And then of course it does smell a little bit sweet, but it's slightly sweet. So I certainly disagree with what's on the Lattafa website. Let's check Fragrantica. So Fragrantica says that the 3 main accords you should smell are vanilla, citrus, and white floral. They've got a couple others at the bottom, powdery and fresh. I would put citrus and powdery at the top and then put a sweet accord at the bottom. That would be my order that I would put it in. It is light, it has an uplifting quality to it. Right now on the Lattafa website, it's going for $50, and on Amazon, it's going for about $33. If the lemon doesn't lean towards cleaning supply for you, this fragrance would be a phenomenal contender for a full bottle. Can't beat the longevity on this one, it was ridiculous. I didn't test how it lasts on clothes or bed sheets or anything, but it may last a long time on there. I'm really curious now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.